Hello, my name is Ell Rieke, and I am making this video to share a bit more in depth about my half of the upcoming series that I am creating with my friend and colleague Taylor of Silverleaf Herbs. The series is called Cultivating Consonance, Song and Herb Craft Through the Seasons. And if you want to learn more about sort of like the whole project itself, we made another video about that that I'll link to in the description and stuff, so look for that there. But in brief, we're doing this whole thing to experiment with practices that have really supported both of us in both our professional and personal lives, and that we hope may support people in our communities in growing the kinds of spiritual and relational and like personal root systems that we may need to navigate our present and future with integrity and love. So I am going to talk a bit about why I think singing could be an important part of that. And firstly, I just want to say that I am not coming to this as an authority. I'm like a very enthusiastic learner and sharer. If you've ever sung with me, you know I'm like a little cuckoo bananas about it. So it's like an extremely deep passion for me. But although I've been a musician my whole life, I didn't really even get in touch with my voice until maybe the last like 7 or 8 years or so. And so like even, you know, singing a lot for me is like, compared to a lifetime, is still like a relatively new practice that I'm just learning a lot about. Over those past bunch of years, my singing has developed through many journeys of growth and ritual and at times intense transformation, including even my physical vocal cords like literally changing shape via taking testosterone as a gender affirming support. So that's kind of a unique both sound that I have to offer and just particular experience around that. My singing comes from a very deep place for me. It comes from the alchemizing of wounds and the resonance of ancient ancestors that I feel really connected to, and who I think are trying to help me remember how to live on the earth in a good way. And so the songs that I will be sharing in Cultivating Consonance, our new program, come from what I think of as both sort of old and new folk traditions. The newer ones I've learned from friends and comrades in ritual and social and activist communities that I have been and am a part of. And the older songs I have learned so far from teachers and lineage bearers of different traditions, and also sometimes from recordings of people. And with these older songs, or with all the songs actually, I plan to always do my best to share them with respect to where they come from, to talk about their history and context, and help direct people to, if they want to explore them more deeply, help you find ways to do that from people who really are more in that position of deep teaching and authority around where they come from. So yeah, all that to say, I'm not bringing them as like an owner or authority on them. Rather, I am bringing them as treasures that I have been healed by and learn from and just receive so much from, and that I hope we can explore together as portals to deeper connection and responsibility and joy. It is one of my beliefs that songs and, I don't know, the singing that humans do comes kind of directly from the earth and or spirit and or however you think of that, and that by moving songs through our bodies with presence and respect, which includes, I think, learning about and giving back to the people that they come from, and like uplifting those traditions and those lineages, that we can learn directly from the songs, like our bodies can learn from them, and also through singing them, and through all of those different practices I mentioned of giving back, we can feed the living spirits of those songs, so that they can keep being strong and being supportive and medicinal in all of their magic. I wonder a lot about what might be possible, kind of in the longer term, in communities who sing together. Over the last few years, singing with others has made a profound impact on the quality of my own relationships, on the resilience of them and the depth of them. And there's sort of a, I don't know, it's a little hard to describe, but in the relationships I have in which singing is a regular practice, there's just like there's a thickness, there's like a, I don't know, it's like, it feels like the space available for healing and navigating hard things and creating beauty, and so much, just so much more things are possible. And I suspect that singing and, among other collective creative practices like dancing and other things, may actually be an essential piece of the ability of human communities to exist on the earth in a balanced way, and to navigate difficulty and survive and transform what needs to be transformed. I grieve deeply for the songs that have been lost and the peoples whose songs have been taken from them through colonization and violence and theft, which is still ongoing in many places, including where we live here on Turtle Island. As a person living in these very fractured times, and socialized by colonialism and racism, I don't think I know what an intact community of singing practice looks like, and I may never know. I suspect that the work I'm doing around this will probably be a beyond my lifetime kind of project, like many things. But I do know that I want and need, from the depths of my being, to reach for those practices and reach towards that intactness in the ways that I can. And I invite you to reach with me if you wish to. Who makes the trees to shine, and would fair and wild his hair and wood, are they within the green? In Cultivating Consonance, we will sing in some different ways. One of them is we'll explore singing kind of meditatively, as exploring using our voices as a sort of a means to expanded perception and deeper connection with the living world around us. We'll also learn and practice various seasonal traditional songs, mainly from some different European folk lineages that I have some connection to, or connections with teachers of those lineages. And we'll sing while we work and make herbal preparations, which is a very traditional thing to do in human communities all over the world, for time immemorial, and blessedly some that are still living and upholding those practices. And we will also sing to open and close the container each day, and so all that to say, song will be very woven sort of throughout our days together in this program. And yeah, I think that's most of what I want to share at this moment. I really hope that you'll join us for our intro class on April 13th at Withywindle Valley Farm, and for our first seasonal series starting in late May. Your voice is needed, and I would love to make music with you. As a reminder, the like pricing structure that we're working with is basically like a suggested donation sliding scale, but also pay what you can. Accessibility feels really important to us in general, and especially right now. So if the suggested scale is not going to work for you, just reach out and we'll figure out how to get you there. You can find links to more information and registration and all that stuff in the video description, and also in my and Taylor's both Instagram bios if you are on that platform. You can follow Taylor at Silverleaf Herbs and me at Ell Rieke, LMT. Yeah, that is all for now. Blessings to you, and I hope to see you there. Makes the trees to shine, and by